Okay, gang. So basically, you feel frustrated and you don't know why. Well, maybe it's because you're trying to control something that you probably just can't control, right? But here's the crazy part about this whole video. So let me just break it down. So as I'm like writing this whole video, right? I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, I'm like, yo, my parents actually like drilled into me that you can't control the uncontrollable. Now what do I mean by this, right? So throughout the years, a common theme of my life, if you kind of played my life as a highlight reel, a common theme of my life is you don't always get what you want, right? Okay, cool. Now, how does this come into play? Well, when I was a kid, my favorite thing to do in the entire world was play video games. I love video games. That's all I ever did, right? I loved video games, French fries, chicken fingers, pizza, right? I was a kid. I was a fantastic kid, but a kid nonetheless. Anyways, right? So it was this one time, right? It was this one time I had wanted this game. It was called, what was it? It's like real old. It was like I had wanted this game called like Time Crisis 3. Now I bought Time Crisis 2 for the PS2, right? But I wanted Time Crisis 3, right? Now, this particular GameStop that I was going to get the game like you know what I'm saying from, they didn't have it in stock. Man, I was so upset. I was so upset, right? And I remember my mom saying to me, "Yo, you can't always get what you want, right?" And now that that's like replaying in like the back of my mind is just like, wow, I actually in that moment, that's when I realized I cannot control the uncontrollable because I was so frustrated. I was so aggravated, irritated. I was all the tateds. Like literally, bro, like I was like, I don't know, bro. I was just real mad because like I had really wanted it, like, after seeing gameplay, going to the arcade and playing Time Crisis 3, I had really wanted the game and I couldn't get it. So you know what I had to do? I had to go home. Matter of fact, no, 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 no. No, actually, no. My mom actually found the game, I think later on or something like that, at a different GameStop. But at that particular moment, I had to go home, suck it up, go back in my room, play the same PS2 games, and just rock out, bro. Because when you can't control something, that's your only option. Like, I mean, you have other options. Like, well, actually, you have two options. When you can't control something, you have two options. You either can A, deal with it, or B, crash out. Right? Now, because now because I was raised properly, I couldn't just crash out. I had to kind of just take it. I had to take it, and I kind of just had to just do that. Another situation that happened to me when I was a kid was I remember when Black Ops 2 first came out. Oh my God, what a time that was. Anybody who remembers that whole Black Ops 2 era knows how golden it was, how rose tinted it was, right? All right, cool. So the thing about Black Ops 2 was I had a PS3, right? So the microphone audio jack wasn't really in the controller. It was like a USB port, right? All right, cool. So with that being said, I remember I finally got a microphone. My microphone was sweet. It had a like it had like surround sound and it had a volume thing. It was sweet. It was sweet. Man, I've used that headphone until that joint broke. Until that joint broke. And then I remember my mom's infamous words. Son, I'm not buying you another one. I was like, gang. And I remember she really didn't buy me another one. Now, I in that situation, I could not control what my mother had to say, what she did after. My mom, she really didn't care. She went back to watching her TV show. She was in there watching, I think, Girlfriends or some show on TV. I don't really remember. It may have been Girlfriends. It could have been even like the Golden Girls. I don't really remember. But what I do remember is me having that same feeling, that same frustrated feeling that it felt like a blockage. And it made me just really angry. It felt like a blockage, like because my whole entire goal, was literally just to, like play the game with the headphones, right? With the headphones and talk to my friends and to like talk stuff to my friend, like right. That was the whole goal, right? But I let the uncontrollable aspect of my mic breaking control me. And here's the crazy part is now that I'm sitting here talking to this camera right now, I never realized that I had more control in that situation than I did like ever before. For example, when my headset broke, I stopped playing Black Ops 2. That was it. I stopped playing Black Ops 2. I bought Black Ops 1. I sold my Black Ops 2 copy, bought Black Ops 1. And then I didn't really play that game all like that. And I had a more terrible time. What I could have done, what I could have controlled better was how I reacted, first of all, right? Because it wasn't the end of the world. And possibly I could have gotten my own headset beyond that. But I didn't see that. I didn't see that further ahead, right? I didn't see that. So it's just like, okay, well, I could have gotten that, right? But what I could have controlled was I could have still played with my friends. I didn't have to react like that. I didn't have to. I could have still played with my friends, and I kind of regret not playing with my friends because when I finally bought back Black Ops 2, they all stopped playing the game. They all stopped playing. Nobody got on no more. And it was just, and I haven't talked to them since, and I really regret that. See, when you try to control the uncontrollable stuff, oftentimes that leads to regret. It leads to regret. It leads to the why did I do this? Why did I, question mark? Why did I fill the blank? Why did I fill the blank? Right? It leads to that. It really does lead to regret. It leads to regret. It leads to like embarrassment because I regret not playing with them further. In my mind, it's like, okay, well, if I didn't lose my headset, will we still be on the game to this very day? I will never truly know that, right? But that's the thing. I don't know. I have no idea. And that's why, and that leads me to my next thing is when you don't control, well, when you don't know how to control the uncontrollables or whatever, right? You just go down this unknown rabbit hole of stuff, which I kind of like already said before. But regardless, though, it's just like, yo, like, I don't know, bro. That just makes me really sad, almost. Just even sitting here talking to you about this, I feel really like sad about that because it's like, dang, man, like I could have like actually kind of made something shake. We could have still been playing the game to this very day. I could have gotten close. I could have done something. Now, mind you, I was a kid, sure, but I should have seen the bigger picture, right? And actually, as I was writing this actual script out, I do have another story, right? So basically, the other day, I was basically trying to get my YouTube script for one of my videos to just to get it because I had needed it for whatever, right? All right, so I had tried to use like CapCut, that didn't work. I had tried to use VN Editor, that didn't work. I had tried to upload it to like Google Drive, but since the video was in 4K, those files are super big. That took like it said like 4 hours. I'm like, All right, right? But I remembered something. I remembered something. I was like, okay, okay. Well, I uploaded the video to YouTube, so YouTube has the transcript. Well, it was like unlisted, but YouTube has the transcript. I go on YouTube, open the video up, get the transcript. I found the transcript. Like I'm like, yes, I did it. Right now, mind you, this whole entire process, I still felt frustrated, but this time something was different. This time I used that frustration and I let it guide me. In the past before, I didn't let my frustration really guide me. I just kind of like let it I let it just overtake me, but I never used my frustration to like push forward. See, when you have an emotion like anger, frustration, irritation, whatever, right? Sadness, you have to ultimately do something with that emotion, and you have to use that to like, whether you can like rather you just kind of like get past it, or oftentimes what works for me is if I let it kind of, and if I use it to go forward, because that's all it is. It's just a drive. You just go forward, right? You go forward, but in a very positive way though. Like I'm not saying crash out. No, don't use it like that. That's letting it overtake you. What I'm saying is you use that energy to push, because even if I didn't find my transcript even on YouTube, I would have still kept searching and searching and searching. Like you when you become frustrated, right? And this is what I often like kind of find myself doing. Maybe you're different because everybody is different. But when I become frustrated about something, I use that as a channel of positive obsession, right? Where I'm trying to find and as a matter of fact, no, I use it as positive curiosity because at this point I'm trying to actually do something with what I know and what I don't know at the time, right? So that's what my ultimate end goal is when it comes to me being frustrated. I get frustrated out of like curiosity rather than like, oh, I'm angry, oh, right? I mean, sometimes it feels like that, but it's not really like that though, right? So that's like my whole entire thing. You have to use frustration as a drive to push forward. That is my unique perspective because that's what I do. I mean, I don't know. Listen, we all see things different. We all view things different. Even when I wrote this whole video out beforehand, I didn't even view it like that 10 minutes ago. This is why I tell y'all that having different perspectives or different options is a fantastic thing, because you might view it as this way, but it can go this way. It can go that way. It can go that way. That's what I'm saying. It's crazy to even sitting here like I just blew my own. I just made myself go like, wow, that's crazy. That's deep. That's crazy, right? Off of like the video, man, y'all don't even hear me, bro. This is crazy. Like, like no, because I wrote a whole video and it's literally like with a whole story and everything, and I went entirely off script because it's like, you know what, man, F the script, whatever, bro. Man, we cooking today, we cooking, man. Listen, is that all I got for today though? Oh, you know what, I wrote this down too. I want to share y'all. I want to share this with you guys. All right, cool. Listen, the opposite of control isn't chaos, but it's acceptance, but in a bad way, right? Because, case in point, I could have accepted, um, I could have accepted that I wasn't gonna just find my transcript. Um, I could have just moved on, was angry at that point, and that's it, right? Or I could have pushed forward and found a way. I did that. And on top of that, in my first story, I could have basically, but well, yeah, like no, that was the bad ending. I accepted that I was never going to be able to voice chat with all my friends anymore. Got angry, sold Black Ops 2, right? I accepted defeat. Or no, I accepted the fact that my mic broke for all the wrong reasons. And it's just like, okay, right? Because at the end of the day, I could have still played the game with my friends. No one ever told me to like, do that or to not do that like anymore, right? So, um actually, you know what? Yeah, that's actually it. I had that's all that I have for this video. This actually was a really fun video to shoot cuz yo, I just that's crazy. I had a whole breakthrough mid video. That's crazy. Like that's crazy. Like you know what? Yeah, yeah, bro. This is like one of them ones for real. Oh yeah, for sure. All right, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see all of my other videos. Click the link if you in the description. There we go. If you want to tap in with me on my stream, you know what I'm saying, on my Twitch, on my TikTok, tap in with me on those. If you don't, whatever, cool. But anyways, they will both be linked down below, and I will see you guys on the next video. Peace.